Now, Dominic, look, we have a lot of stuff in here, and I want you to choose something that you want me to tell. What is it and what about? Let's be okay. Dominic is going to go for the longest It's always the same. Very good, Dominic. This is what we call koncesz. Koncesz is a weapon for a cavalryman. Our primary weapon always was a lance that you have in here. However, when lance was broken, we would use occasionally the koncesz. Koncesz was pulled out of its cardboard in two times. Why? Because it's 1.5 meter long. It's a weapon that has a cross-section of triangle. Very well weighted. So it sits in your hand very well. Now, if Dominic, imagine if you were a cavalryman, you would be sitting on your horse, riding that horse like that, and you had the Muscovitz infantry in front of you. So you use this almost like you would use the lance, supporting on your knee, like in here, and trying to impale them. Occasionally those cowards, war is brutal, ladies, the cowards would be crouching down to the ground. When you are sitting there, you could impale them very easily like that. Either on the right or on the left-hand side of your horse. And if you're riding the horse with a speed of 35 miles per hour, you just do this. And next, and next, and next. Dominic, what do you think? Would you like to cut a piece like that at home? You don't have to cover. Oh, no, they couldn't do that. All right, Dominic, let us put this in. And Nicole, do you think Dominic deserves the prize? Dominic, that's not on yet. You've been so great that actually we're gonna give you an authentic piece, a monet from 17th century. It's called Boratinka. Here we go. Here we have a little story about that, so you can actually say this authentic. All right? Thank you. All right. So who is next? All right. The young. I'm gonna get you, but first the ladies first. But Panda, come on. Panda. What's your name? Maya. Bardzo mi miło. Maya, please choose what you want and don't talk about hair. I was second in all stations. Which weapon or thing that you would like me to talk about? Doesn't have to see this title. All right. Perfect. Maya, but like it should, is choosing a weapon used by hussars. Saber. And it's called black saber. Any idea why? Very good! It is black, but also it was to let people know that this is a saber for fighting. It is not for a decoration. It's a weapon for day-to-day use. Hold on a minute. I'm dressed already. Very interesting thing that you will not find anywhere in the world. And it is earlier or later. Our sabers had this piece right in here. It was used to protect the tongue. Not only to protect Because, you know, if you're a fencer, the thumb is quite important, because if you lose it, you are not an fencer anymore. Okay? But also, having the thumb helped to use the weapon more effectively. I can do this much easier because I have better contact in here. Okay? Now, saber, not a sword, Maya. Saber is curved. Saber has edge, sharp edge only on one side. Here is dull. Saber may have to reduce the weight and to improve balance and things like that. Okay? Now, this is very interesting piece, and this is thank you to Waszmoś Tomasz, because actually a blade is original blade from 17th century. This is a real stuff, guys. Probably few Turks, Tatars lost their heads with it. Hope. Okay. So Maya was a very good choice. I want to take a picture with that. Miss? Alright. Now, you know, when you take Maya deserves apple. Turn around. Get your apple. And the Bonatin. Thank you very much, Maya. One man. What is your name? Max. Okay. What do you want me, Max, to talk about? Oh, no. This one? Okay. What did I do? Okay, give me. All right. Every gun has a special tool. This is what we call the pałasz. Pałasz, unlike saber, is what? Straight. Again, has just one edge, versus the other edge is dull. Again, please look at that. This is 17th, 18th century piece that Mr. Kaczor allowed us to use here. Now, what was that used predominantly? Okay, where is the concept? There is a concept. Some hussars would prefer, instead of having a long concept like this one, to have a pałasz like that. So this would be like a secondary weapon that you would be using. Again, very effective and good stuff. Here we go. Try it. Is it heavy? What do you think? What do you think, Nicole? Max is a little bit straight. Max, go to Nicole behind you, and she's got something for you. Alright, thank you, Max. Who's the next volunteer? The next girl. Come on. Thank you, Max. What is your name? Olivia. How wonderful. Alright, Olivia, what do you think? Because everybody is thinking up from this file. What do you think about this file? Do you find something interesting in here? Of course. Olivia is picking up a shield. This shield, however, is a specific shield. This shield is called Kautan. This is a trophy that I have taken from two Tatars. This been on Tatar's back when he was running away from me, like that. Right? The Kautan has little pillow in here to protect. It's made out of pieces of wood that are wrapped around with silk. Silk is incredibly strong, and the strength of the silk thread was improving how this shield functioned. This piece in the middle is called umbro. Now what means piece in the middle? Okay? So this is what you would hold it. Okay? Now, I'm going to also make Olivi Tatar style saber, which we call ordynka. Ordynka, why? Because it was used by Ordynians. And this is what we call Tatars. From Orda, which was the army, Tatars army. Very interesting piece. Again, here you have a very different heel. The handle, very short yellets. However, again, the curved, slightly curved blade. And here, hold with your right hand. And make it work. Go with it. I can't hear you. All right. Hallelujah. The best looking Tatar I ever had. Those who know, sometimes give you what you deserve. All right. So far, so good. Here, guys. Let's look at that. Thank you, Olivia. All right. You are, I think, next volunteer. Okay, so what are you going to choose? You know. Okay. What is your name? David. Watch out. Michba. I killed that bear with my bare hands. Okay. David has chosen, again, something that I have taken from Tatars. This is a kochan. I'm sorry. And it would be used by Tatars to carry their bow on themselves. So you imagine that this piece would be actually sitting in here on your bed. Okay? Right in here. And when you are riding it, and the kochan with the arrows on the other side. So you would be riding the horse and this would be always with you on this side, like that. Okay? Now, what it is inside? That's what we're really more interested about, right? David, hold this for me. This is a recurve flex bow. That bow is actually very classical, typical weapon of horse archers. Okay? Note the shape and biocomposite form. There is two types of wood in here to increase flexibility, and also on the insides there is a horn that increases the strength. Tatars were known to shoot with bow like that to 900 meters. There are historical notes that say that warrior could shoot from one end of the Bosphorus to another end of the Bosphorus. Okay? So, very deadly weapon. You have to have incredible strength to do that. Look, to undo this bow, I have to actually stand like this and pull this end with all my strength to actually unflex that. And the bow, actually, when it's unflexed, it has this typical C letter. Okay? And now, you think you can do it? Come on. It's easy. Look, you do this like that. You put this in here. Old man like that, I can do it. And here we go, you have a bow. You see, old man. Here we go. So Dave? No. This goes here. Yeah. And pull this way. Almost. Bravo, Dave. 6 months of training and it will be Tatar. On the other hand, that young lady is Tatar already. Bartek, chodź. Chodźba. No młoda dziewczyna, więc zostało nie będzie widać. What would you like to ask about? Maybe I ask you, what do you think about this article? What do you think? Big boy, eh? What do you think? There you go. But it's wearing classical mid-16th century, 17th century armor of Polish Winged Hussars. First thing that you notice is what? Wings. Wonderful. And the saber. Okay, the wings. Now, there is loud theories why Polish Winged Hussars were wearing the rings. You know, some of them are telling that it was making a noise and therefore making the enemy horses scared. Not true. I've been wearing the rings and riding on a horse there and riding with many others in the formation. You will see that later. The wings make no noise whatsoever. What makes noise is the pendant on the end of the lance. Wings were there because they are cool. That's my personal theory. But actually there is a little story behind that. When I wear those wings, untrained horses are freaking out just because they look so scary. So I believe our ancestors were so brilliant that they put those wings, A, because they look cool, and B, because that actually an enemy cavalry, ready